Hey everybody, it's Flyin Ryan here with a review of the Sbego, I don't know how you say that, pocket drone quadcopter, aka FQ777-124. Anyway, this is basically a, nano quad in a box. It stores in the transmitter here, and in the back you've got all your extras, and you even got a charging cable so you can charge it on the go. It stores batteries on the top and the bottom here, so everything you need all in one little package there, so that's really cool. And it even comes with the USB charger, so when you're around a USB source, you can use that instead of wasting the batteries in your transmitter. This is basically a CX10 size quad. It's just a little nano quad, about the same size as the CX10. It has a 100 milliamp hour internal battery. It does have LEDs on it. Let's go ahead and turn them on. So we've got blue in the back, red in the front, so backwards from what I normally like, but no big deal. Props are all white, so I would have liked to see two different color props, but you could probably just use the CX10 spare props, and they do sell them with two different colors now. This does come in a few different colors here, but they're all white props, so you'd have to use CX10 props to mix it up a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and look in the back here, and this opens up. So we've got even a protective frame that stores in the back there as well. Get this charging cable out of my way. So that's, stuck into the transmitter there, so we'll go ahead and put that back in. So you've got a frame here, and this just, clips around the motor mounts. I think, yeah, it just kind of slides up on the bottom of the motor mounts there, so nice and easy to install and take on and off. So let's go ahead and put that on. Get on there. Oh, this one's on a little crooked. Maybe easier said than done. Alright, there we go. Now it's all on in place. I think I did that wrong. I think it clips onto the top, actually. Yeah, it looks like, okay, there we go. Yeah, so it goes on over the top of the motors there. And then there's a little peg that plugs in. Alright, there we go. So a little bit harder to install than I thought, but you don't have to take the props off anyway. So we'll go ahead and leave that off for now, because that'd take a little bit more time than I care to spend right now. And then in this little bag here, we've got like a little lanyard strap thing. So you've got a little corner tie here, so you could tie that around there and have a little strap to hook around your wrist or whatever if you wanted. And it also comes with two full sets of props, so you just got a ton of spare props in there. But then the neat thing is that it has these little landing legs. Let me get them out. So it looks like it comes with 3 of those. So you need 2, and then it gives you 1 spare. But you go ahead and on the bottom here, let's see, where's our front and back? There's little holes on each side, and then these little landing legs plug into that. Let me go ahead and put those on. I'm not really sure what purpose you would have for these, but it does have these little landing gear legs now that you can put on there. So kind of neat. I mean, I don't really know why you would want or need those. I mean, it already has plenty of landing space, so I guess that's just kind of for looks. I don't know, but kind of neat. So those are just, plug in and on and off, no problem. Real easy to install there, and that all, again, stores in the back there, so you get all this on the go with you. It has 2 different rates, and you change rates by clicking the left stick. The yaw rate does change, and it's a fast yaw rate. You do flips by clicking the right stick and then moving it in whatever direction you want. And then it has headless mode by pressing this trim button up here, and return to home by pressing that trim button. But again, the return to home just uses headless mode, so it's not super reliable. You can recalibrate headless mode by holding both sticks down to the left, and you recalibrate the accelerometer by holding both sticks down to the right. But you'll see the sticks are just really short thumb pads, so they're pretty hard to use for a pincher. I mean, your fingers keep smashing into the sides and stuff. So I've got to fly this one with my thumbs. I just don't have much luck trying to pinch these, so a little bit disappointing there. They do pull off, so it looks like, you know, I don't think the CX10 prop, or I think I've got some right here actually. Let's see if these fit. Sort of, maybe. Yeah, kind of. The CX10 stick extenders sort of fit on there. It's a little bit loose on the bottom and tight on the top, but I guess you could just leave it off like that. That works. So yeah, I mean, maybe, you know, you could just use those, or maybe some 3D printers will make one specifically for this. But definitely not very good for pinching. But I guess you could probably even take those extenders. You could throw these in the back here and take them with you too. But anyway, let's see, what else does it do? There's a lot of auto throttle before and after the flip, so make sure when you do a flip you're not too close to the ceiling, because it will give itself a bunch of throttle before it does the flip and then a bunch afterwards to recover from it. And I also noticed that it yaws slower to the right than it does to the left. So if you want to do really fast pirouettes and stuff like that, you're going to want to yaw to the left. So I don't know, that happens quite often lately, where it yaws faster one direction than the other, so I'm not really sure why that's happening, or if that's intended to kind of give you a choice of different yaw rates, or what the deal is there. So let's see, again I said it's a 100 milliamp hour battery just like the CX10. If you charge off the transmitter, it takes about 25 minutes to charge. If you charge from the USB cable, it takes about 15 minutes to charge, so really quick charge times either way. And then flight time is obviously going to vary depending on if you got the frame and the landing legs on. But I saw anywhere from about 4 to 5 minute flight times, and it has a really long LVC warning, like so long that it doesn't even really count because it's way too early of a warning. So I thought that was kind of odd, especially when you've got extra weight on it. It seems like the LVC warning is just a little too eager. It kicks on really early and then basically becomes pointless because you still have most of your flight left and you don't even pay attention to the LVC warning. So I thought that was kind of strange. But yeah, it looks like that's all the details to say about it. So again, I mean, it's pretty cool. I don't think it's quite as nice of a flyer as the CX10, but considering all the options that it has, and then storing it in the transmitter, and I think this is only like $16 now or something the last time I checked. So for the price and the options, and if you want something to go, you know, take to school, on the road, on vacation, this is a pretty cool all-in-one package, so pretty neat. But yeah, I think that's all there is to say, so let's go take it for a flight. Alright, this is the flight review of the FQ777-124 pocket drone. I'll start it off with the landing gear and protective frame on it, just to show you what that flies like, and then we'll take those off and fly it in the lightest form. And these sticks are pretty hard to grab, they're really short, so I kind of have to thumb fly this one. Maybe I'll try pinching and see how that goes. Alright, I think I got a feel for it. So, just 2 rates, but it can go going pretty quick in high rates there. Pretty good yaw rate. There's low rates. So pretty fast yaw rate on both rates. Red LEDs in the front, so you gotta remember that. Let's do some flips with all the extras on. No problem. Can flip quite well even with the extra weight. It can get pretty aggressive even with the extra weight. Oop, test the prop guards and it lands on its feet. Oh gosh, all mixed around. There we go. Touch the ceiling with the prop guard. Let's bounce off the dryer. Pretty good. Man, I always, whenever red LEDs are in the front, I get confused and forget in the middle of the flight. Let me go ahead and take all this extra stuff off now, and we'll fly it in its lightest form. Get these legs out of the way somewhere where they won't blow away. And this prop guard just pops off. Oh, knocked the prop off. Alright, get that out of the way. Put my prop back on. Alright. And now let's fly it like this. And it's pretty punchy. I feel like it's made to carry the extra weight. So without the extra weight, it's pretty touchy on the throttle. Let's go back to low rates. It's pretty quick on high rates. So there's a low rate funnel, high rate funnel. Look at that. Look at that. That's just holding both sticks slammed. That's pretty good. That shows that it's got a good matching yaw and pitch. This thing's pretty cool. Just wish the sticks were a little bit easier to grab. And it's pretty stable too. Look at that. Look at that. That's not bad. That was hands off entirely, not even holding the throttle. It was holding its height pretty good. This thing's pretty nice. I don't think I'll do a night flight of this one. I mean, the LEDs aren't the brightest for a nano, but certainly good enough to see them. No problem there. They're pretty much the same, you know, placement and everything as most of the CX-10 design quads like this. That's pretty cool on high rates. Oh, and there's my LVC warning. So did I do flips? I think I did. I don't even remember now. I'm pretty sure I did. I think I did them with the extra weight on at least. I don't remember if I did flips without the weight, but anyway, there's the full flight of the FQ777-124 pocket quad, pocket drone. Man, this thing has the longest name in the world. Pretty cool. You can store all the extras in the back there, and then the quad itself stores right in the front. So pretty neat little package all together. Alright, we'll check the video description for price and purchase link. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.